who are going to come in and hit the ground running. And I said before, I mean, United has become a very difficult place for new signings to operate in the last 10 years. Cunha and Mbeumo have got obviously Premier League experience. They've got plenty of games under their belt. It's not new to them, and actually they're the right type. You know, when I watch Manchester United wide players, they have to be able to get from box to box quickly. They have to be able to run. They have to be able to travel with the ball and without the ball. And Mbeumo and, to be fair, Cunha can do that. They both run forward with real sort of intent and purpose. The couple of 2 or 3 players that are going to leave, they're more jinkers. They're players who, to be fair, play in smaller spaces. For anybody who's played at Old Trafford, even though the size of the pitch, maybe in terms of metrics, might not seem bigger, but it just feels a big pitch to play on. And the width is important. And I know that sort of Ruben Amorim has this system where he plays these 2 players in behind a striker. If those 2 players are Mbeumo and Cunha, then, to be fair, Manchester United will at least be able to travel quickly from deep positions into sort of attacking positions, because they can both run. They both sort of got real sort of direct way of playing. And Manchester United, I think it's important that they have that. And we know the likes of Sancho, Rashford, Antony, and probably Garnacho are going to leave, so they need definitely players in those positions.
Quickly.
Yeah, balance books. Hold on. It wasn't that long ago we were being told, oof, without Ratcliffe's money, we're going to go bust before Christmas. How can they afford this, Mark?
Well, quite simply because they're
Manchester United.
They're Manchester United. They're one of the biggest clubs in the world. They turn over a huge sum of money, and they will try and trade and recycle cash. And that's what a lot of clubs are doing. How can we raise funds to spend money here? But we need to get some money in. Number of players I could chuck at you, Mike, that will be on the top of the list for Manchester United with regards to exits. Marcus Rashford. We know that the clause for Aston Villa to trigger was £40 million, so they'll be saying he's had a really good, solid second half of the campaign, played Champions League football. We know that there are suitors there. Wages may be a problem.
But that's complex, isn't it? It's not easy to get him out.
But if there is someone that can come to the table at Old Trafford and say, we want Marcus Rashford and we're willing to pay 30, 40 million pounds, that will be offsettable 100% with regards to PSR, because he's a homegrown academy product. So therefore, those are the ones that tick boxes. The same with Alejandro Garnacho, the same with Jadon Sancho. We know that there are players there potentially that could raise upwards of £100 million.
Okay.
Obviously, United need someone to knock on the door and say, we want to buy these players, and right now that's where the problem lies.
I'm guessing Antony is another one who could head out, and there's news that he might go back to a former manager.
Yeah, again, we're talking windows about the domino effect, and this is very much something that could be triggered by Florian Wirtz leaving Bayer Leverkusen, going to Liverpool, and we understand that the replacement for Wirtz at Leverkusen would be this man, Antony. He cost Manchester United in 2022 £86 million. Huge investment. Safe to say it hasn't quite worked out yet at Old Trafford. But could he potentially link up with someone he knows very well? Erik ten Hag, the new Bayer Leverkusen boss. He's already signed him once for Ajax, signed him twice at Manchester United. Could he sign him a 3rd time at Bayer Leverkusen? Now, this is one to keep an eye on, because we know that potentially there could be some big investment there that Manchester United could recoup back. But the important thing to point out with regards to these kind of finances, and that's your initial question, is that it's not always cut and dry. Manchester United paid £86 million for him, but there will be wages, bonuses, agency fees on top of that. And ultimately, the profit they'll make, or the profit they'll have to play with regards to signing new players, is what's called the book price. Now, his book price will be not 86 because he's been there for some time, but it might not be as low as people think. So they may sell him for 50 million, just for argument's sake. Doesn't mean that they've got 50 million to spend. It depends on what his book price is. So